Erik Peterson on Williston Trending Topics News Radio Live.
Hello, Williston. Tom Simon, Williston Trending Topics News Radio Live, Coyote Radio 98.5 FM. Erik Peterson, Proven Realty EXP, with us every Tuesday morning in the 8 o'clock hour. Good morning, Erik. How are you?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm anxious to talk about this topic of staging and how important it is to getting top dollar for your house. We touched on it a little bit last week. What's the story?
Yeah, I would say that staging is probably the number one thing that you could do in a vacant home to make it feel homey and make somebody envision their family in there. And there's really nobody else that does it. We've got a guy on our team that does it. He's had great success. But the National Association of Realtors said that houses that are staged are getting between 1 and 5% more in sales price. That's pretty incredible.
So there are two different ways to stage. One, if you're living in the home currently, you want to stage. And the other one is if you've moved out of the home, you've taken the furniture out of there, you still want to stage. Let's talk first of all to those folks who are living at home.
Yeah, that sounds good. I would say the number one thing that you can do is declutter your home. So get out your personal effects. I personally recommend taking family pictures off of the wall, making it look like there's not toys everywhere and clutter. We mentioned last week about getting some of the bigger furniture items in these smaller bedrooms or maybe living room areas. Some of the credenzas and dressers and other desks there. Get those out of the house. It really makes people feel like they can put their own stuff in there. All of the rooms, of course, will feel bigger. And unless you're hiding something behind the walls, go ahead and declutter it the best that you can if you have stuff there. And then also the other thing is just make sure when you're getting it ready for sale that if you have pets there, that you're cleaning up after them, that you're getting rid of the odors and the smell. Is you really want to create a really good first impression, and we all smell with our noses before we come into the house, and so you want to make sure that that's something that's not a problem at your place.
How easy is it when you do the staging properly to get the client or the person looking at the home to envision themselves actually living in that home?
Yeah, great question. It depends on the home and the feel that it has. Does your furniture and other items you have in the house, your decor, match the style of the house? Do you have a ranch and maybe you don't have the right decor in there, the right furniture will kind of throw off the feel. So you really need to make sure that it matches. Also keep everything clean. I've seen our clients when they walk into a kitchen, they start pulling open drawers and opening up the fridge and doing all that type of stuff. Keep it as clean and as tidy as you can and keep it decluttered.
Erik Peterson, Proven Realty EXP, with us every Tuesday morning in the 8 o'clock hour talking about real estate here in Williston. So now let's transition and pivot over to the home where the homeowner has moved out. Some may want to just, we'll just show it vacant, and they can think about what they would put in there. Not a wise decision, is it?
No, it isn't. It depends on the house, of course, and the type of property that you're looking at, but get it filled up. Make sure that people actually can, envision the layout, envision where their furniture might go in there. Make sure to have it professionally clean. Make sure that it smells good. Make sure that it has a good ambiance. And then really just set up the furniture that matches the house, lay it out correctly, make sure that it flows really well, and then really the most important thing, make sure that it's high quality furniture so that it doesn't feel like somebody wants to get a really good deal if it's a foreclosure or a bankruptcy or a similar distressed seller.
Oh, I don't want to spend the money on that. It's just extra money. I'm not going to make the extra money. You say what to that person?
What studies have done are shown is between a 1 and 5% increase in your value. That's going to cover the extra cost of staging. And depending on who your agent is, they might just include it in their cost to get a listing. You as a seller has a lot more control and a lot more leverage than you did before. You do obviously get what you pay for. Make sure you have a professional group doing it. Not a lot of options here in our small towns in North Dakota, but look for a good qualified company. Make sure that if they're third party, that they're licensed, bonded, they have experience. Check their references, see if you can get a referral, talk to a professional or agent, and that's really the best course of action for sure.
It sounds to me like a person ought to be suspect if their agent doesn't ask them to consider staging their house.
Yeah, that's one thing that we include. It's not very popular here in this market, but they are doing it in bigger, larger places. But we've seen the homes that are staged or professionally decluttered or cleaned, or just getting them set up in a homey environment, they're selling quicker and for more money than other houses that aren't. The other thing with staging that most people overlook, in addition to the smell that we discussed, is the lighting. Even though some of these homes are a little bit darker and maybe some of the light bulbs are out, or a lot of us have those frosted bulbs that we all know really well, get rid of those for several $100s. You can add really good LED lights. You can control the light. A lot of these new cool light sets, we got ours at Costco. They replaced the cans in our kitchen. You can change the color, make it more natural light. That really bodes well for, you know, having a family type environment, or just a place that's going to be brighter and just feel better, if you will.
Talk to me a minute about fixtures in the bathrooms and in the kitchens, because I know that we just replaced a shower fixture, and for $100 it upgraded that shower tremendously.
It does, yep. Showers, handles, faucets, even vanities, those are all really cheap. You can get them down at Menards or Ace. Those go a long way for several $100s to give it a new look and feel. And then don't underestimate a coat of fresh paint. It will make it smell better. It will make it feel newer. And all of a sudden, when people are walking through your house, even if they don't like the color, it goes a long way to making it feel more expensive, if you will.
So cleaning the house, making it smell fresh and look fresh,
Yep.
is almost equal to putting new fresh furniture in there in your staging, yeah?
Yes, absolutely. Have it cleaned. Put out some candles if it's really bad. Make sure that the carpets are professionally cleaned, especially if you have pet odors there. And then really the main thing, make sure that the lighting and the fixtures matches the decor. And if you do paint, make sure that they're neutral colors. Make sure that it's not awful that somebody comes in here and looks at it as a liability instead of a benefit. And all of a sudden now they're thinking, oh, it might cost $1,000 to repaint a room. I'm going to give you that less money for your house.
EXP, Proven Realty EXP with Erik Peterson, and you can look him up on Facebook or on the web. Just before we get out of here, Erik, final thoughts.
Yeah, final thoughts. The market is really moving. If you're considering selling your property, now is the time to list it. Find a local professional. You obviously get what you pay for in some cases. Find out what their experience level is, what kind of service you're going to get, and more importantly, how many sales have they completed. That to me is really the best testament and the best litmus test on the professionals that you're hiring, to make sure that they have enough experience to get you the most money and put the most dollars in your pocket.
Proven Realty EXP with Erik Peterson every Tuesday morning in the 8 o'clock hour. Great show. Thanks, Erik.
Thanks again, Tom. Have a good day.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.